Hi everyone. I want to share and talk about why autism isn't super easy sometimes. For example, I always say, oh, sorry about that. I meant what I was going to say. Today, I'm going to talk about an autism topic. Is autism always super easy? It's not easy all the time. I have another example about autism. Is it an easy condition for individuals to have every day? It's not easy to do at all, depending on how well you use your point of view with autism. Some of them were raised really well, some of them were raised okay, and some of them were not, depending on how well the parents raised their autistic son or daughter. For me, I was raised really well in my life. I should probably be honest with everyone. I have PTSD. No, it's not from the war. It's a different term for PTSD. Not just I have that. There's some people might have that from their childhood growing up. It's not that I didn't had a rough childhood. I just struggled with that before. Did I ask to be born with autism? No. But again, it wasn't my decision at all. Sometimes in real life, I struggle with that, but I can't find a cure for that. That's impossible to do. Another example, SpongeBob SquarePants. Yes, SpongeBob is on the spectrum. If you don't believe me, you're welcome to do some research on that. SpongeBob is really good at being a fry cook. The other half of his autism, maybe he had like rough or bad days sometimes. For me, even though, yes, I do have some good days, the other time I also have bad days. It just depending on what type of mood I am. Another example with autism, this is just pretend again. Let's say for individuals on the spectrum, doesn't matter if it's a male or female, some of them are really close with their grandma and grandpa, some of them are really close with their mom, or some of them are close with their dad, just depending on how close you are with your family member. For me, I'm super close with my dad. I'm glad my dad and I get along really well. For me, yes, I could get along with people really well. It just depending on how long often I go along with that crowd. Like some of them I could communicate with, and the other times I just have trouble with miscommunication, or I have trouble being close with that certain member. Now, comment below, what's your experience dealing with that type of autism? Not just I have high functioning autism. Others out there might have a different experience, not just in Arizona. The other half are probably from California, New Jersey. Each one is living in the West or East Coast. Another thing about me, hey, I do really well in school in my life. Do I wish I could live at school? No, but it's not my authority to do that. Someone else is in charge. You still have to respect that. Another thing I learned about autism, yes, I could respect policies and rules. It just depending on what building I visit in. And there are some autistics know how to do that. My friendly advice for autism community, if your son or daughter is struggling or having a lot of issues going through in their life, just be patient and listen what type of issues they're having. And for me, I wanted to be more normal, but I'm not that type of normal. I'm a different normal. You know what? Like, I'm really good at knowing a lot about movies. I'm glad my autism didn't stop me from that. Do I wish there was a blockbuster in Arizona? Yes, but it's already in Oregon and I'm not a resident there. Another thing I also want to share, I talked about this before. Some individuals on the spectrum, half of them has no problem with suburban areas. The other half, okay, maybe it's not their area they like, it's more their family members they like, but just try to respect that and don't get kicked out. If they do that, then they would have to go to temporary place, and that wouldn't be a smart idea. The last thing I want to say is I hope 2025 is a lot better. That's all I want to share. Bye, everyone.